Hello, Soul Drivers. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I pray you're doing well. Sending you the purest of love and light. I pray you're doing well. I hope and pray that everybody had a wonderful birthday season, Soul Drivers. And yes, we're blessed, we're safe, we're anchored, we're heavily protected. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life, just know that you are looked after. You're protected, and Jehovah Jireh, He's our provider. So I want to do a quick money and career read just to see what's going on and to whatever advice that divine has for you as well. So we have, it says here, mountain road. You are on the road to success. So for a lot of you, it hasn't been easy. It's been a uphill climb, whether it's in your career, in your own business, whatever it is for you. But it says you're on the road to success. I just think that for a lot of you, a lot of us, especially when you work for God and when you are doing things the right way, the ethical way, the legal way, the way where you can go to your bed at night and sleep. You don't have to worry that anybody is coming after you or you rob or trick anyone. Sometimes that road can really feel like it's a mountain. But I believe that the lesson here is that it's built on a firm foundation. You're learning with every step that you take. Whatever it is that you're building, you're working on, even if you're working for somebody else, you're learning every step of the way. And so, in the end, you will see how it will pay off for you. Because even if you're working for somebody in a company, when you do things the right way, the legal way, the ethical way, and then later on, if you want to branch out and do your own business, those same standards, you will carry those same traits with you. The hard work, the discipline, the determination, you will have those with you. So, and again, just an encouragement for those of you, those of us who feel as if it's been hard. You're on the road to success. It will pay off in the end for you. And then we have here caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Slow and steady wins a race. For a lot of you, a lot of us, remember, it's like people count out the caterpillar. They're crawling, they overlook them, and then only to realize it's the same caterpillar that transform into a beautiful butterfly. So whatever your situation is right now, don't be so hard. Again, it's bad enough that you have or you may have people criticizing you and looking down on you. But for what it's worth, you need to speak life into yourself. You need to speak life into your situation. You need to keep hope going for yourself because things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And it's going to be a shocker for a lot of people. And again, that change, you see it, the butterflies every day. People stare at it, they admire it, the children want to catch it. You're astonishing. It's like moving from rags to riches, from being overlooked to overbooked. This is like the Cinderella, that huge transformation story. It's kind of like you have to start somewhere. Slow and steady wins a race. And then we have the bear. Danger, especially in money matters. So for those of you, if you're trying to maybe learn something, make sure that the people you're spending your money with, that they are credible. Don't just go all in. because especially, for example, you have AI, everybody wants to, of course it's new and it's a change and all of this stuff, but just make sure that this is something you want to spend your money in. Make sure whatever it is you're investing, even if you want to go back to school, you're doing it because you want to do it and because it's going to further you, it's going to benefit you in the long run. So just be careful that whatever it is that you're investing in, it's not just gonna suck up your money and then you lose interest in it, or people don't follow through. And then we're in the holiday season, so just be mindful of that as well. And in the back here, we have the fly. It says a period of ill health, depression. So for some of you, you may be, we have the weather changing. For those of you, you're in the States or wherever you are, the weather may be changing. So there are different things that can contribute to bad health. Maybe you're worrying about your finances because, again, the mountain road is like, when is this going to end? When is the, juggling, whatever it is that you're going through. So it's kind of like, and depression for a lot of you, a lot of us, this time of the year, even though it's the most wonderful time of the year for a lot of people, it's also one of the most saddest time of the year, because for a lot of you, a lot of us, you're missing families who have passed on, or you're probably not hanging out with some people before that you hung out with earlier this year or last year, because things have changed for whatever reason. So it's like, be mindful of your money, because things may come up where you have to spend out of pocket. If you're feeling depressed, read your Bible, pray. If you have somebody you can trust, then you talk to them. But first and foremost, open up to God. Go outside if you can. Watch uplifting, listen to inspirational things, messages as well, that will encourage you and boost your spirit. Because again, with the holiday, and even if you're hanging out with families, a chair is missing at the table, somebody's missing. And so, this is that weather, that season, where with sadness. So don't allow that to overtake you. So some of you, you could be seeing flies as a confirmation again. That could be a monitoring spirit as well. People could be projecting their insecurities on you. So be careful of what you're taking in as well. And at the back, at the other end, it says whale, great worry over nothing. So some of you, you're going to realize that what you were worrying about, it really was nothing. You were stressed and, feeling depressed over nothing. It says here, keep your life in balance. So whatever it is, just a little bit of everything. Don't, if you find yourself going off in one direction, catch yourself. It says your coins, money will be coming to you, and if somebody is criticizing you, say cup, you should accept valid criticism. So just, be careful of, again, you want to make sure it's valid, it's constructive, it's going to build you up. It's a difference between constructive and destructive criticism. But especially if you're going to somebody looking for their advice honestly, and you're in that place where you're not feeling well, and they give you that constructive or valid criticism, be open for it. I mean, you ask for it. So sometimes it's not easy for us to accept criticism, but if it's helpful and they're offering suggestions to help you to move you in a positive direction, go for it. So, mountain road. So, some of you, it says here, Eight of Cups. So, you could be leaving behind, or you left something to start something for yourself. Some of you, you could have invested a lot somewhere emotionally and you're leaving it behind. For a lot of you, you're probably tired of, people breadcrumbing you. And it's like as a result of that, you're leaving to do something positive for yourself, knowing that things will not always be this way. I also get from this as well, be open to receive. Be open to receive. Again, we are in the season. Whenever you get this message, it's timeless. But it's the we're approaching Christmas and we're in Thanksgiving season. So it's like be open to receive as well. It will not always be this way. It will not always be this way. So things may be a little bit challenging, a little bit hard financially. It's a temporary delay. So if somebody or some people or someone wants to bless you, be open to that. Slow and steady wins a race. Okay, so for a lot of you, and it says Page of Cups here with the bear, danger, especially in money matter. So, it's like, what is in the cup? When people are, whatever it is they're offering you, if you're taking a course or something, you want to make sure that what is in the cup is authentic. They're not feeding you some foolishness. And in the long run, you're there left holding a cup. In some cards, it has a fish in it. There is nothing. It won't survive. It won't last. So even for you, whatever it is that you're working on, you're building, make sure that it is something that is substantial. Yeah, Five of Swords in the back. So, again, just be careful of people who will talk a big game. Sweet talkers, they're charmers, and you end up giving them what you have, and it's like, yeah, talk about ill health with the Four of Swords. It could really take you out. Five of Cups make you sad, having a lot of regrets. Some of you, Nine of Wands. Some of you, you have gone through those things where you've been sold a dream and nothing became of it. Nothing became of it. Then you end up having to walk away. You could have even gone to school, spent a lot of money for years, and in the long run, it's like what you're doing now, it's not what you went to school for. Okay, so be careful of that as well. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you're walking away, and with the Fool card, you're taking a leap of faith, probably to do something else. Yeah. Again, if whatever it is, or if you're receiving, it's going to be, you may have your soul tribe who will be coming in your life, your soul family who will give to you with nothing, expecting nothing in return. Again, Spirit is saying be open to receive. You could be seeing 66 as well. These are your soul family, your soul tribe. It's like, I don't even want to say familiar spirit, because a lot of us have dealt with those kind of but these are people who you recognize from a soul level. It's kind of like how, like the other day we had, where basically the country was shut down, and the people who needed, certain food stamp or whatever, to survive for their family, it was in jeopardy. And then you have communities that open up and gave out, boxes and help these people, these families, again, knowing that it won't be forever, but just be open to receive, because right now you may in the place where you could use the help. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So it's a lot of pages, and pages talk about good news. Again, your money, be careful where you're investing, whose cup you're putting your money in. Because again, you don't want to risk jeopardizing yourself. The people who are coming as the scammers and the thieves, they're coming well dressed, man or woman, probably lease a fancy car. They're gonna tell you how many figures they make and all of this stuff. Pray about it. Pray about it. I don't need to share my stories with you of the things that I've gone through. I mean, I've shared it with you, but I don't have to remind you, to be careful of scammers and where you're investing. Because, yeah, you don't want to be left out in the cold. Been there, done that. I have the receipts and everything to show. Again, Six of Swords, moving on to calmer water. So for a lot of you, yeah, just be careful of what you're investing in, because while these folks, they move on with your money gone and to enjoy their holiday and their vacation, you will be left, with basically an empty cup. You will be left, with less than what you started out with. So for a lot of you, whatever the seeds that you've been planting some seeds, and it is going to grow here for you. It's going to grow with the Eight of Cups and the Fool, a new beginning, taking a risk, taking a chance on whatever it is that you're venturing out in or with. And again, if you're thinking about venturing out into anything, soul tribers, for the new year, or amping things up, you don't wait until the new year. This is the time to start your research. But again, just be careful of, again, the people that you're running into who wants to sell you things. Not everybody is bad, but just do your due diligence. That's all I'm saying. Some of you could be getting, if you work for somebody, you could be getting some form of promotion or raise as well. It may not be exactly what you want, but it's like you're gonna get something from work. You're gonna get a promotion or something. So for some of you, I'm looking for, it says here, writer, author. So some of you, you will be able to even write about your story, as to how you overcame. Because again, from the caterpillar to the butterfly, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, so you'll be able to encourage and inspire other people how to keep the faith, not to give up on their dreams. And also the blessings of people overlooking you. Because it's like, at least you get to know the people who really had your back. And those are the people who you should really, cherish, because they knew you when you were down and out. You don't want the people who are just going to jump on your bandwagon when they see you're doing well. It says you're mathematicians and statisticians. So again, maths professionals. So it's like, do the maths. Make sure it makes sense. If it ain't making dollars, it ain't making sense. So it's like, make sure, you put two and two together as well when you are, whatever it is that you're venturing out into or getting excited to take that course, that training, or whatever it is. Make sure that it is worth the investment. Do your homework, because everybody wants to make sure that they get a return on their investment at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what. So whatever the seeds that you have planted before, they're finally growing. You will be seeing the fruits of your labor very soon. That's great. So just some ideas here. Some of you could be thinking about being a floral designer with this new leap of faith here that you're venturing out into. A graphic designer as well. You create visual concepts using computer software or by hand to communicate. Again, these are great tools like we talked about earlier with AI. But again, just make sure that whatever it is that you're venturing out into, some of you, I don't know, you may be in law school or you're thinking about becoming a lawyer or you are a lawyer. Just make sure you're not one of those crooked ones. We need more lawyers who are ethical. They don't take bribery or bribes from people. In whatever the profession you're going into, we need more honest people with that. See, producer and director, creates motion pictures, TV shows, live theater, commercials. Again, with that, you need a bachelor's in degree. But again, maybe some of you are thinking about those. It says you're a homemaker. It says priceless and impactful. So you could be a stay-at-home mom or dad. You manage the home through nurturing the well-being of the people in the household and or take care of financial expenditures and ensure a tidy and clean home. This is a full-time job. You must have patience, love and understanding, and learn how to balance me time more often. So we saw that ill health. So again, it's, sometimes you give and you don't take time for yourself. This is an unending job, full-time job. So some of you, maybe a homemaker. Your job is very serious, very serious. It demands a lot of you. And then some of you, you're home and you're probably thinking about or you're making content on the side as well to bring in extra resource or money in the home. So again, it's a really big task. And it says your model. So some of you could be thinking about being a model as well, pose for artists, photographers and other clients to help advertise products. So again, you could be somebody who people will reach out to you even to advertise their products as well. That's awesome. So this is great. And again, with the mathematician and the statistician, it's like, show me the money, right? Show me the money. It's like, because it's like whatever it is that you're doing, you want to make sure that you're going to get a return on your investment. It says investing in yourself and people around you. You may need to take a course or do a research to learn new skills. Studying on your own will allow you to get ahead and help open up more opportunities for you. It's time to invest for the long term. Look out for stock options or accounts that will give you a larger rate of return. Surround yourself with like minded individuals who will help you grow and push you to become a better version of yourself. And you saw that card about be open to constructive criticism. So, again, my phone just vibrate. Be open to, be with like minded people. And again, talking about return on your investment, we've been through a lot, so it's time to make sure that the crowd, the people that you're around, that like-minded people who will build you up, they want to see you make it, they want to see you do well. No crab in a barrel mentality kind of foolishness here. Some of you could be thinking about being a dietitian as well. At the time they made this card, it's 63,000 a year. It's probably way more than that. You can work in hospitals, nursing home clinics, cafeterias, and for state and local government. You do need a bachelor's degree for that. Daycare worker. So some of you may work in daycare, some of you may have a daycare. I mean, even in your home, you can also have a daycare in certain states or parts of the world where you are. But again, just make sure that whatever you're doing, you have the patience for it. It is something that you really love or want to do before you start investing. Because sometimes it's like you go to some meetings, and when they tell you how much money you can make, you can really get excited. And then before you know it, everything just fizzles out. So make sure, think about it, pray about it, and make sure that it is something that you really love and that you want to do. All right, so let's just get a few more to close out with, Soul Tribers. I hope this helps somewhat. But it's like boots on the ground. This is, if you're thinking about starting something, don't wait until January 1st. This is the time to get going on it, so that when January 1st comes, you're at least you have your research done, your ideas, you're ready to cut your ribbons, whatever it is. Put it through the door, just do it. Some of you could be up in your head. I saw the Eight of Swords as well. You're not trapped. You're maybe overthinking something that you planted. And again, with that mountain road, you don't see any end in sight. But just know that the seeds that you've planted, they're maturing. You can't dig up the dirt every day to look to see if it's budding, so sometimes when you don't know what's happening on the other side, it's a little bit scary, but just know that great things are happening. Oh, wow. Ace of Swords, look at you. You're bursting with sparkling new ideas. So again, with that Fool, taking that leap of faith, whatever the career suggestions, whether it's any one of these that you're thinking about. And again, sometimes it's, like being a florist or doing some business from your home, or, just getting the idea while you're home with your family. Maybe you can, record you cooking the meals or doing activities, whatever, going shopping. A lot of people do that to add, just some of these are even things that you love from you were a child. There are so many different other careers or things that you could have wanted to do. from you were a child, be a daycare owner, you love working with children, but it's like, wow, maybe something happened where again you walk away from what you were doing, or you're doing a fresh start. Maybe you were fired, you were laid off, and now this will push you into doing what you actually love, something that you probably prayed about many moons, many years ago, and you forgot, but God didn't forget. So that's the confirmation, that's the yes card. Those ideas that you have, it's like you should be proud. For a lot of you, you're going to surprise yourself, and this is what happens too when you get to the mountaintop and you look down. It's like, wow, I did it. It's like, look at you, you did it. You thought you couldn't finish it, you thought it was impossible. People counted you out. People withheld ideas and information from you, and here you are. For a lot of you with this Hierophant, is having your own spiritual shop, your store. It says tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. So for a lot of you, it's stepping outside of the box, stepping outside of the norm. And again, don't allow anybody to put you in a box. Oh, I thought you did this. Oh, I thought I can't see you doing that. And this is why be open to constructive criticism and shoot down those that are not benefiting you. Those that want to minimize you. Is like, whatever this is, for some of you, just know that things will not always be this way. Things will not always be this way. Think outside of the box. And sometimes what you pray for, it doesn't come the exact way that you thought it would be. Don't miss your blessings either, because you think that God did this for that person that way. You think he's going to do it the same way for you. No. It says here, the cozy witch, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. So you take a chance. Things will not always be this way. And sometimes, if not most or all the times, the biggest chance that we take is on ourselves. We bet on ourselves. Because like I said before, the world is already counting you out. Most people don't believe in yourself. It's like kind of like the fool card, taking a chance on yourself. Every morning is a new beginning. It's not over until we win. Slow and steady win the race. Things will not always be the same. Yeah. And it's like the Hierophant behind it. For a lot of you, you're gonna be in a place where it says here, Seven of Cups at the back, not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. So again, that's kind of like with the bear here. Just be careful of danger. Not every great option that you're given will be a great option for you. So this is where prior mathematician, make sure the math is mathing. Make sure that 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? Make sure everything is basically copacetic. Make sure it is what it is. Make sure that you're not sold an illusion, you're not sold a dream. It's like they give you a cup to hold. The page of cups is at the bottom under there. It's like, hold this, I'll be back with the water. And then they never return. Sometimes you sign up to something And at the back here, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you're working on, you're mastering something. It says, sorry, but fairies aren't going to come to do all the work for you. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to have to put the time in, the blood, sweat, and the tears, the sweat equity. You're going to have to work at it. Angels are not coming to make your beds when you can do it for yourself. So sometimes we think about being, you want that contract, you want that deal, but it when you have your own business, you work the hardest, because most of it you will have to do it by yourself. You have to be disciplined. You don't have anybody to consult. What should I do? You have to make those decisions. So this is a great place to start. Make sure you are disciplined. Like I said, when people are trying to, sell you that course or entice you with certain things to do, that you're going within and make sure it's right for you and it's good for your family as well. Again, not every option is a good option. Not everything, because it works for them, it's also good for you. Basically, that's what that is. So yeah, so I love that for you. I love that for us soul tribers, but it's good. I mean, overall, I believe it's a very good, uh, hopeful reading as well. You know, it's not how we start, it's how we finish. It's not how we start, it's how we finish. Finish strong. Until next time, so whatever you've been working on or thinking about, whatever it is, soul triber, that's been looking like a mountain road, look as if it's impossible, just know that you have the Ace of Sword. Yes, this is something that you should be doing. Yes, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're going to surprise yourself. It says, look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. Don't allow people to talk you out of your dreams. You know what you're capable of. They don't know you like you do. So this is why you can't, you have to be able to pick out sense out of nonsense. When people are sharing their fears and their insecurities, that has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. So just be mindful of that as well. I don't know why it's like I just feel as if, wow, I broke the deck open and it's the Fool card again, and we have the Fool under here at the bottom. I embrace each new adventure with a joyful heart and faith in my journey. So for a lot of you, and the sun is here, look how beautiful it is. You have learned all the lessons that you need for where you're going. And I love this. It's new beginning. Every morning is a new beginning. And we have the Fool beneath there already. So whatever this Ace of Sword is, it's you taking a leap of faith. And it's going to pay off for you. What is this cozy witch? What is this cozy witch? Eight of Wands. I move swiftly with focus and clarity, embracing rapid progress to goals. Absolutely. So whatever it is that you're hopeful for, and knowing that you're taking a chance with, it is going to pay off for you. It's just that our timing and divine timing is not the same. But like the example I gave with the seed underneath the ground, we may think nothing is happening because you go out every day, you check, there's nothing, no leaf bursting up, nothing. but there's a lot of things that's going on underneath. It's rapidly germinating. So yes, things are moving around and working out for you in the spiritual realm. Yeah. Even though, yeah, with the 12 swords, even though you can't see it. But for a lot of you, again, be anxious for nothing. We saw that depression card, and then it says, great worrying about nothing. It says, Two of Swords. I stay calm and balanced. I trust my inner voice to guide me to the right choice. So when you're feeling anxious and depressed, and because you don't see things working out, it still looks slow every day, it doesn't look as if you made or covered grounds, trust and believe that things are working out for you, and it's going to get to you right on time, right in time. Five of Swords, we saw a lot of that where, before in the other deck, you could have people who want to sweet talk you, sugarcoat you, one up you, win at all costs. But here you're asked to release the need to win at all costs. I choose peace, integrity, and mutual respect. So again, when people bring conflict to you, or people are trying to compete or compare themselves with you because maybe of what they're doing versus what you're not doing, choose peace, integrity, and mutual respect over everything. Because the truth is that you are strong. You have the strength. Your inner strength and compassion will guide you through every challenge with grace. So this is why I said, when people want to give you advice based on their fears, their insecurities, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take that. They are not you. They don't know what you have been through that made you so strong, so determined, so resilient. You have tamed those beasts within, and you have everything within you to take on whatever the challenge or the challenges are. So with that is like with the King of Cups, even though you have the Seven of Cups with the illusions and options, you will be able to choose what is right for you. People may say you're foolish, you're not doing this, or you can't do that. Well, let them. Let them. You're going based on your own spiritual conviction, based on the leading and the guidance of the Holy Spirit. So I really love this for you, Soul Tribers. Just know that things are turning around for your good. And where you should be fearful, it's like God is making it homey for you, comfortable for you. However it is, just know that you're not too early, you're not too late, you are right on time.